Welcome back to another week, another show. It's Geekonomics. Marc and Bryon and Josh in the back. Got a whole bunch of things to talk about today. I know Bryan's got a bunch of stuff we're going to cover.
Have you watched TV, Bryon?
I didn't. Yeah, I watch a lot of wrestling,
Yes,
which we're going to
that's
talk
all he
about
watches
today.
now. But anyways, first off, I know you've got a lot to promote, so hit us with it, Bryon.
All right.
What's coming up at the end of June?
Real quickly, we've done this a million times.
And we'll do it a million more.
The Blitzkrieg Pro, the 7th annual luau, Saturday, June 28th.
Waka Laka Luau, as I
at
like to call it.
7 p.m. Doors open at 6 p.m. at 4 Alden Ave, Enfield, Connecticut.
Yes, the house that Pierogi's built.
Yes. Wear your best or worst Hawaiian shirt. Did you get a Hawaiian shirt for this, by the way?
I think I have one from an old event I went to.
I want to say it.
Judy's our
Yeah,
neighbor's
it was
birthday
one
party.
of their birth because that I
Her
have
60th,
one.
I think.
Yeah.
I have a
Okay.
shirt from that.
Because I have a Hawaiian
have.
shirt
Oh, Bryon.
that I bought last year just for this.
Bryon,
I know you did, yeah.
Just wait, because the one I have, I bought on Amazon, and it is the most like.
Most Josh thing you can have.
Okay, don't tell me. I'm excited
No,
to
but
see
it's good.
Okay.
Because I think that's what. Yeah, it was Judy's birthday was Hawaiian themed
Yes.
and luau themed, so
Yeah.
I would assume Mark has one.
Yeah, I got one. I got to find it, but I got one.
Mark probably has a nice. If I remember correctly, it's very subdued for a Hawaiian shirt.
Yes.
Awesome. I am excited. I'm going to wear my Hawaiian shirt. I'm glad you guys are going to have it.
Yeah.
A couple of our friends are going.
Don't forget to tell your brother to have one.
Yeah, I'll text him. He knows. He was there last year, but
Well, you know, he might have forgotten.
we did talk about how Dijak did
Dijak will be there, yes. He's
w-
challenging Bryce Donovan.
Bryce Donovan, which we talked
He'll
about.
also be the
Who
mother
is-
of all scrambles, which happens every Raka Laka Luau.
But also found out Bryce Donovan is a champion in another promotion.
Yes. Yeah,
I did not
another
know
indie
that in the
promotion,
open wrestling promotion. Yeah.
Cool.
There'll also be Priscilla Kelly up against Charles Mason. There'll also be
Thick
just announced
Daddy.
recently the Thick Daddy Andy Brown up against Top 5 Sammy Diaz.
Nice.
And the main event will be for the Blitzkrieg Pro Bedlam Championship. Cruel up against the champion, CPA.
CPA.
And I'm sure there'll be more coming up in the near.
There should be at least one or two more.
So get
There'll
your,
be a lot more. Yeah,
get
they
your
still gotta
tickets
do,
now.
Well, they
who else is in the
they haven't announced the full Bedlam.
mother of all scrambles, and so
Yeah.
that'll have at least 5 to 6 people in it.
Yeah. Get your tickets now because they're going to sell out.
And there'll be a tag matches and
Front row is sold. Second row is sold out.
Yes.
So GA is only what you can get right now.
The VIP tickets.
Then
Yes. We got our tickets already, so we're
we
good to
did.
go.
Cool. We also got our tickets for Fantastic Four.
Yes.
And we got tickets to the sneak preview of Superman
The Prime tickets.
for Prime.
Yes. Tuesday, July 8th
Yes.
at 7 o'clock.
So we got
West
Superman
Springfield.
and Fantastic Four to watch.
Yes.
Coming in July. Very
Yes.
exciting.
Jeez, I remember when I won tickets to the premiere of Superman.
The last one. Yeah, there's been like 90 of them.
No,
it
but
feels
I'm
like.
saying but it was like they actually like gave me a commemorative like Superman card and everything.
Yes, I remember that, yes.
For the Henry Cavill one. Yeah.
Yes.
The only thing I can say is I remember the last Prime preview movie was Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
We all went to go see.
Yes.
And it was interesting because we showed up thinking there was going to be half-hour trailers. And then we're in line, getting our food.
Oh, yeah,
I remember you walk up going, it's starting. And
Yeah,
we're
it's
like,
starting now. We gotta
there was
go.
no trailers, no
because
previews.
it's early enough where there's nothing.
But
It
also
just
with
started.
those Prime ones, it's literally we're showing you the movie, then you leave.
Yeah.
There's no like come in and hang out and
Yeah, there's no,
it's
like,
literally
there's no, like,
here it is.
free
Now
thing
go.
or
So
anything.
I'm going to make sure we show up early.
Yes. Let's probably get there for like 6.
Yeah, get there at
30.
6.
Oh, did you see the Australian popcorn bucket for Superman?
No.
Yeah.
It's literally a news box.
Yes, it is.
With the flap opens
Yeah.
and that's where you get the popcorn. Yeah, it is. Like people going, dude, what the heck? That's awesome.
Yeah, the Cinemark one's pretty cool. It's the popcorn popcorn machine, and
Yeah.
Superman's outside it shooting I beams at like through the bucket,
Oh.
through the glass into the thing that cooks the popcorn.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the
yeah.
actual.
And that's the popcorn
yeah,
inside there.
I'm sure they'll have them when we go.
The Fantastic Four one's Galactus's head.
I'm definitely gonna buy one. I like getting the cups. I still like getting the cups because I have a collection of cups, so I'll probably stick with those.
I have two. We have too many cups.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then the following day will be East of the River Comic Book and Collectible Show, June
Yes.
29th from 10 a.m. 3 p.m. Early bird is at 9 a.m. Admission's $1. If you show up early, it's $3. 2 floors of dealers at the American Legion Hall, 566 Enfield Street, Enfield, Connecticut. Michelle Pellin will be doing tarot card readings.
Yes, she will be.
They're going to be, the Safari Brothers will be there. I will be working the door. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be great. 2 events for Enfield, Connecticut. So come on down.
Yes.
Very
if you
excited.
go to the door, say hi to Brian. He'll be there.
I
He'll be working
will.
the door.
I will open the door.
So check that out. Sorry, I was looking up something.
What are
I
you
got
looking up,
distracted.
Mark?
I was trying to look at the popcorn buckets to see what was going on
Oh.
with what they look like.
Anyway, so we got
But I found
housekeeping
that,
out of the way. I'll let Mark look up popcorn buckets.
Oh, it's Superman breaking the glass, and
Yes.
yeah, it's
Yes.
it's basically a glass popcorn box.
Yes.
With a Superman figure on the outside,
Yes.
eye beaming through.
The other thing
the
I was
glass.
thinking I wanted to show Brian, I don't know if he saw this yet. Did you know a certain movie is coming back into theaters in August?
What? I've never seen Shin Godzilla.
Yes.
Well, then I won't want to see Shin, because I heard that one is just as good
Yes.
as Godzilla
a
1.
new 4K remaster of Shin Godzilla.
All right, let's go.
Yes, August 14th.
So a lot of people, when Godzilla 1 came out, we were all blown away because the human story was absolutely amazing.
Yes.
And it was a fantastic film. And a lot of comparisons, people
Minus
said
one.
that minus one, I'm sorry.
Yes.
That Shin Godzilla, that the action was one of the best Godzilla's ever produced.
Yeah.
And people were saying minus one, the human story was one of the
Yes.
best ever produced. And that both movies combined is like the ultimate Godzilla movie, you know?
Yes.
So Shin Godzilla, I have not watched.
It has been available, like over here, like as
Well, no,
like, as readily available.
I just looked it up. So it was released to a bunch of theaters, but it was in 2016.
Yeah.
And people, Western critics gave it mixed responses. So
Yeah.
people thought it was like, so
Oh,
it seems like the critic response killed the momentum. And now
Yeah.
that
It also kind of came out in a weird. I think it didn't come out in like a great time frame.
yeah, it says
I mean, I remember a lot of
2016-ish.
people talking about it.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'm down to go check it out in the theater.
Yeah.
We should
Yeah,
go.
We should.
Yes. Well, that's good for August.
Yeah. So that's August. There
Let's
you go.
do it. Man, that was the last movie we saw at the Enfield Cinemas. So sad. Minus one.
Oh, minus one. Yeah.
Was the last
yeah,
movie.
Yeah. With Dan.
Yep. We walked out of there
Yeah.
going, that was awesome. This
Yeah.
is the last day
That's
we're
the last
here.
time we'll ever be here.
Last hurrah.
Yeah.
And now it's nothing.
Now it's just an empty shell,
If it's formal.
soon to be
farmers-
torn down and made into apartments.
Into something. Who knows? We don't know what Enfield's
it came
doing.
Out, just so you know, it came out in October, and I think it was like up against a bunch of Marvel movies.
Yes, I think it did come out at like a time when other big movies.
Yeah,
were out.
October 8th to 11th to 18th.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, and also had English subtitles. It wasn't dubbed, so that might have been the other reason. It
Also was minus one.
I know, but
Wasn't dubbed. I mean, there is a dubbed version that you can
But I'm
watch
saying-
on Netflix, but
in the theatrical release in 2016,
yeah,
it came out as a subtitle. I wouldn't be surprised if that had something to do with it, because a lot of people.
yeah, because back in 2016, people didn't like reading.
Well, a lot of people. It seems like there's been a culture shift here, at least, that people actually
Yes,
it's weird to say back then, but it was a thing back
there's a
then
lot.
that people.
That's way back there.
Yeah, it was.
All right.
That was
Not even
we got
10
a
years
lot
ago.
to talk about. Let's
That was
not
like-
get stuck on this.
No,
4
no.
years BC.
All right. Let's well,
That's-
longer than 4 years. Mark.
That's 4 BC.
It's it's before COVID.
It's 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
So 2016 would be
before
4 BC.
Yeah, look at that. And we're AC now. After
Yes.
COVID.
Yes, we're 5AC.
Yeah, 5AC. I like this. This is new terminology we're making up.
Yeah.
Mark, I honestly, with wrestling, took a lot of my TV time this weekend. The only thing I'm caught up with Poker Face. The last episode was there was a great episode that was like Christmas centric, but they did the action Christmas movie and the romantic comedy Christmas, and they nailed it. It's only had one so-so episode. It was a baseball episode centric.
Well, I'll probably like it.
No, it was good. Great cast, great acting as always. It was just one of those ones where it wrapped up way too quick at the end, and you're just kind of like, they could have been a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But so far, Poker Face season 2 has been fantastic. And I'm still in the middle of Scott Pilgrim on Netflix, which has been great, and they just announced a new Scott Pilgrim video game, which I'm excited for.
Yes, they did.
But I mean, other than that, I'm still playing Outlaws. I'm getting ready for Death Stranding 2, which comes out at the end of June. So I want to finish Outlaws so we can jump into that.
Still need to watch Andor.
And I gotta watch Andor. I'll get to it. But that's it for me, Marcus. How was your week?
I was good.
Other than catching up on wrestling.
And
we had D&D.
We did have D&D.
That took up a big chunk of the day.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't blank on it because we were talking about it before we recorded, so I felt like we already talked about it.
Yeah.
But D&D was fun. It was great to see all the guys. I think it was a fun time. We just got out way too late. I'm still paying for it today.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Besides that, not much else really going on. It was a busy week last week with work.
Yeah.
It was a short, kind of weird week because of the baseball game on Monday. Then we did the show Tuesday. And then just life happened the rest of the week, so it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, and then we're into the weekend. So
I know.
Yeah.
These weeks are flying by.
Yeah. Besides that, yeah, it was just a lot. Sunday, watching everything, watching Worlds Collide, and then watching Money in the Bank.
And you have a big event this weekend.
Hopefully the weather allows. Hartbeat Music Festival this weekend.
Yes.
Down at the Riverfront in Hartford, right next to the Science Center, Convention Center area.
Yes.
It's a huge 3-stage festival. 21 bands will be playing. The Equilibrium TV show is hosting a stage right next to the Science Center. The first stage you'll see as you enter the festival.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have bands start off at right around 12.
I'm looking it up now.
And then, so I think first band out is the New Brew. And then right after that is Hitchin' the Giddy Up, then DJ Late Night, then Always Morning, followed by Big Joe and the Stolen Hearts. And wrapping up our stage, going on at 6 o'clock, is Soul Gyres.
Yes, you got it. And the New Brew starts at 12:15.
Yes.
Hitch and Giddy Up's 1:15. DJ mid-afternoon / late night is at 2:20. Always Morning at 3:20. Big Joe at 4:30. Soul Gyres at 5:30.
Okay, good.
That's what it says on the webpage.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
So yeah,
and as of right now, slight chance of rain.
Yes.
So
we don't say the R word.
Hey, I don't believe
back in the Stafford days, we don't say the R word.
Don't say the R word. But I've been seeing a lot of promotion. The lead singer to Possum.
Yeah, Earl was on the radio.
Yep, I saw his video on YouTube.
I did an interview with WNHH Sunday afternoon.
Nice.
That's going to be airing Friday at noontime down in New Haven Community Radio.
Nice.
One of the guys from one of the bands on one of the other stages, Shane Penguin. He was the guy. He has a show down there.
Mm-hmm.
So talked to him mostly about Equilibrium TV, but then we hit Hartbeat as well.
Nice.
But yeah.
Did you record it?
We did. We recorded on Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, Sunday afternoon.
You gonna post it on YouTube?
Well, once it gets released Friday, they're gonna send me the link and everything.
Nice.
So.
because he put his phone down and just recorded himself in the radio station and just uploaded.
No,
it.
this was on Zoom, so
okay.
it was a little bit easier.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
I hope everything goes well. I'm excited to see the footage. I'm excited to hear how it goes. The following week, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, because Brian will be celebrating his birthday a week early.
It's my birthday and Father's Day.
It's mostly your birthday.
It's
Brian
both.
edit.
Your dad doesn't care about his Father's Day. It's all about you and your birthday. It's fine.
Make Brian edit like old times.
Huh?
Brian's.
Make Brian edit like old times.
Yeah. We are gonna make Brian edit like old times. We have a lot to edit. So.
Good luck.
I wonder, do you have the Switch 2 on your birthday wish list?
No, I'm not getting Switch 2. I have no interest in it right now.
Did you see what?
It's too expensive.
Did you see what a GameStop in Connecticut did?
What?
No.
They were getting their pre-sales ready, and they took the boxes and they took the receipts and then they stapled it to the boxes, and they stapled it to the boxes, and then people opened them up and they stapled into the screens.
Oh.
All like 50 pre-orders.
Well, I hope GameStop refunded them or gave them new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a.
My thing is, why would you use staples on a cardboard box?
People aren't smart.
Just tape it or just give them the receipt. You don't even
they were getting them ready, Brian.
I get it.
But still, just tape
it.
them.
Tape it.
I don't know. I dislike anyone who uses staples. I also like another pet peeve of mine is people who write with Sharpie on the clear packaging of
boxes
figures.
And stuff. Yeah. That's
it's like, why?
That's right. The price right on the middle of the figure over their
collectible.
face.
Yeah,
of a collectible.
I'm gonna
deface it.
Deface this collectible.
Yeah. Want to hear?
You know who's classic for that? I'll throw him under the bus. Matt's.
We know. We talked about this. I got to tell you a funny story.
Why would I pay you full price if you've already knocked it down in value?
I don't know. But let me tell you something funny. So growing up, I had all my action figures that I on my wall when I was like young. And somebody wrote something on our fridge as I worked at home. I lived at home. And it wasn't me. But this ticked off someone in my household. And I'm
going to say Anthony.
So someone got ticked off and decided to go in my room and get
Anthony.
even.
It's okay to say Anthony.
And write on my figures on the card. To this day, I still own them with those words that they writ. It wasn't Tony.
Oh, so Nicholas.
It wasn't Nick.
Oh.
Scott?
It wasn't my dad.
Your mom? Your mom did this too? Wow.
Yep.
Must have really got her mad.
Yep. And it was a misunderstanding because I didn't even write this thing on the fridge.
Yeah.
But it was just...
Now I want to know what's written on the fridge.
It wasn't even that bad.
I mean, being severely outnumbered as your mom was growing up.
Yeah, she was. There was
3 boys and a husband.
And Scott.
Yeah.
She had no chance of
any
femininity coming out. So she just.
It's funny looking back, but it really
was it the go-to story every time something happens?
Set me off. Yeah. I took off. I
hopped on your bike and pedaled away.
Funny, I walked. I didn't have a car.
Oh, you walked away. Just walked.
I just walked. I was like Forrest Gump.
I'm walking.
I'm walking.
I'm sorry, Bray, but someone
did you ever find out who actually put it on the fridge?
So
but then she wrote on your stuff.
Yeah.
I literally drilled a hole in my bedroom wall with a pair of scissors.
Yes.
Oh, I know. Worse things have happened,
yes.
And I think it was sort of like wrong thing at the wrong time.
Yes.
Like, a lot of things could add up, and I think it was like maybe the straw that broke the camel's back. It was a snapping moment.
It's a snap.
It was a snap.
It was a mom snap.
It was a mom snap.
Yeah,
it was a mom snap.
Mom snap happens.
So back then, the comic, insulting comic dog, Triumph. And you would say for me to poop on.
Yes.
And one of my friends, my parents were gone, and someone needs to do. I was hanging out with my friends, and they needed to do laundry. And I said, "Well, my parents aren't home. You can come over and do laundry at my place. I don't care."
Yeah.
So there's like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
We went over my house.
Yeah.
They did their laundry. Well, someone wrote on this like
Whiteboard
for me to poop on. And that's what set my mom off.
Wait. This is changing. So it wasn't even on the fridge.
Yeah,
It was
when
on
you
a
first thought it was
grease
like on the fridge.
board
Like
on
at
the
first when you
fridge.
said on the fridge, I thought like someone actually wrote like
No.
on your refrigerator.
It was on this whiteboard thingy on
Which
the
you could
fridge.
just erased.
Right. That's
Oh, I know. I know.
when
I know.
when it was defacing the fridge, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I can.
That's a
It's
comparable.
on the whiteboard.
It was on something that like it wasn't defacing anything. It wasn't permanent.
Great.
No, but I'm saying like if it was.
But it
if
set
it was,
off-
when you initially said the story.
Oh,
you
I
started off with,
apologize. Yes.
it was on the refrigerator.
It was on the fridge.
So
which makes
it-
it sounds like someone wrote on the actual refrigerator.
So it set off this chain of events.
Yes.
I came home from work and I had like all my I had like all the McFarlanes, like all the
Spawns or whatever, yeah.
music ones that came
Yeah,
out, like
yeah.
Alice Cooper and Rob
Yeah.
Zombie and all. I still
Ozzy,
have them.
yeah.
Ozzy, yeah. And I collected those, and in pen, it was just the word poop just written right on the card, and multiple. And I'm like, who did this?
Yeah.
Like, and then I was like, all
And
out.
of course, you would first accuse your brothers
I did.
Okay,
That's
because it's
what you would
poop
do.
written on
Yeah,
your stuff.
because who would write poop on your stuff?
It was like World War III in my
Yeah.
house. It was like an atomic bomb went
yeah,
off.
that
Anyway,
happens.
It happened.
But
Fun story.
But again, that doesn't justify.
Josh,
I
you
know,
can't
but
justify
you
it.
can't.
Like
I'm
I was gonna
sure
say,
your mom felt
I was
really
gonna
bad
say,
after
I
the fact.
swore at my mom, and she took me and flipped me over her shoulder and dropped me in the
Which was
kitchen.
effing hilarious.
But
I saw that and I could not stop laughing.
I
And my
can't
mom
picture
got
your
mad
mom-
at me
For
more
laughing.
than him
Yeah,
because
'cause
I
you're
was
laughing.
laughing.
Oh,
He's like,
yeah.
it's not funny.
Don't
I'm like,
encourage
it's
him.
hilarious to
Hilarious.
see a 5
5'2"
foot tall woman
Yeah.
flip
Flip
a
a
6 foot tall guy over
Who
his
was also
shoulder.
probably at that point probably 200 pounds heavier than she was.
Yeah,
That
I was
would
like,
make me
it was
laugh, too.
hilarious.
Yeah.
And to see him on the ground like crying, like, well,
my dad
But
used to-
again, but again,
you dumbass.
those at least are more equatable because I swore at my mom.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Someone
Yeah, but my
wrote
mom
on
thought
a
it was
grease
me.
board,
And it
but it was a grease board.
I know. Listen.
Yes, it happened.
It happened. It happened.
It's years ago. It's not like this just happened yesterday.
I know,
Yeah,
but
this
that's
happened more over.
it's a little much.
I was like,
okay.
like 18. Okay,
Yeah.
I was young, so it's stupid. I've already
And you're
done
probably
stupid
little
things.
little snippy
Oh, it
at
was
your
really
mom. You
funny.
probably used to snip at your mom. like,
Brian,
yeah, you gotta
I
snap.
can
Quip at your
just
mom, you know?
imagine teenage Brian after meeting his brothers. I could imagine him.
I wasn't that bad. My brothers were way worse than
No,
me.
I know,
Yeah.
but
But
dealing
what
with
happened-
your
so you-
brothers and then.
all right, back to the story.
All right, all
we got to
right.
finish the story
Yeah.
up now. I want to know how this.
Oh,
all
that
ends
wasn't
up.
even the finish of
so
it.
I ran.
So
from,
you go.
I ran
you
away
go
from
out
home.
of your room, yell at
and
your brothers.
ran away.
Yeah.
And how does your mom then be like, oh hey, it
wasn't
was
them.
me?
She came and she goes, "Who wrote that on my fridge?" And she's like, "I know it was you. It wasn't your brothers." And we just got. And I was not aware of who did this. I didn't even know it was there. So I yelled back. It wasn't me. We fought.
Yeah.
I got so mad. I ran away from home. I walked
Walked away.
I
Walked
Walked away from home.
from Green Manor to Thompsonville to
Yeah.
where one of my friends lived.
Yeah.
And I spent the night there.
Say my mom wrote on my action figures.
And then the next day, my friends talked to me. They were like, "Brian, you should really go back home."
Brian, we like you and all, but you can't live here.
Get off our couch.
I think I spent 2 nights there.
Yeah.
And eventually,
We're not driving
I
you to
went
work
home.
anymore.
Because I missed being home, and it was not fun.
Yeah. You
all
have any
your
of your
shit was
stuff.
there.
I didn't have any of my stuff.
All you have
all
are the
your
clothes you
poop
wore
was
at
there.
the house.
All your
Yeah.
poop stuff was there.
Yeah, just your poop stuff was at the house.
Yeah.
You had to go back for your
I
poop stuff.
apologize, but to this day, I still have it, and maybe I'll send you a photo next time I dig them up, but you can see the
Yeah,
word.
well, yeah.
It's in pen, so when you shine it at the light, you can see the indentation.
Yes.
Because I tried to clean the pen
yeah,
off,
yeah.
but you could still
So
see
see
it.
like the indenting of the
Oh
cardboard.
yeah. I can never sell these.
No,
No one's gonna buy them.
No.
So poor Rob Zombie stuck with me forever.
I mean, it's got a story though.
Yeah, it's got a story.
So
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, you always have your mom's handwriting.
I do. I do.
Poop.
There you go. That's the later side. You know.
I mean, you got to think about these things.
Yeah.
Trust me, you get a different perspective when
Yeah.
you get later in life. You kind of think of these things like, Now you have that forever.
I do.
You always have that story that you can go back to. You need a good laugh now.
Well, now it's funny.
Yeah,
and
I'm sure you see your mom and you go like, "Hey,
Poop.
I was gonna sell those. I was thinking about selling some stuff, but then I looked in my stuff and found the poop figures, and I can't get rid of those."
I always give her crap because when we moved houses,
You give her poop.
I collected all the McDonald's, Burger King toys, and I never opened them.
McDonald's Burger King toys?
Yeah, any toys from McDonald's, Burger King, the Happy Meal toys.
Happy Meal toys.
I would keep them in a drawer, pristine, never opened.
She opened them all. I remember that.
We moved. I came home from school. The kids were playing in a sandbox. They were all opened.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, I didn't know they were yours. Years later, they all became super expensive.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom.
Yeah.
Oh my God, those things would have been worth something.
I mean, my mom kind of did the same thing to me in a sort of the same way. Like I used to have all the He-Mans, Castle Grayskull, all that stuff.
Oh, and then she donated
And I was in college, and she gave them away to some kid at the daycare she was working at because his house had burned down.
Yeah.
But she's like,
it was something nice.
That's nice, but
yeah,
they're mine, not yours to just give away.
You should ask first.
I figured you weren't playing with them, so you wouldn't want them anymore.
Yeah.
And now they're like super expensive.
I remember her actually going, man, I shouldn't have sold all that. You're giving all that stuff away.
Yeah.
Because the same thing happened with Uncle Carl.
Yeah.
He had baseball cards, like Mickey Mantle
yes.
and
like very expensive
all those,
baseball
and
cards.
his mom threw them away when he moved out.
My dad had the same thing. My grandmother threw all his baseball cards away.
A lot of parents did that to kids back then.
When he was
at
once
work.
He moved out, just like went down the basement and just threw everything away.
Unfortunately, my parents'
You know who else
basement.
does that? My sister Kylie.
What? She throws things away.
Just throws things away. Doesn't even look at see what it is.
No one's looked at this in 10 years. Garbage.
It's going in the garbage. Like I had to it was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you've told me you've had stuff in your basement. I really think you should go down there and get that stuff before it's ruined by
no, it's Brian.
It's all organized now.
90% of it is in boxes.
Yeah.
But he has nowhere to put them.
Okay. Yeah. The reason I say this is because the last 2 years I've been going through my parents' basement,
Brian,
and a lot of things have been ruined because of mice.
Just when everything happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also had a little bit of a flooding issue.
And I remember that.
Yeah, there was a thing with the washing machine broke, and then
we put a bunch of the stuff that was stored down there in boxes, like cardboard.
You put them in totes?
We put them in totes.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
So 90%. There is still some stuff, but that's stuff that we played with as kids.
Yeah.
That's just been sitting. There's still some He-Man stuff. There's still some Millennium Falcons and I think an Ewok Village.
I think there's almost two full Millennium Falcons. Probably could make one Millennium Falcon out of it. There's an Ewok Village, which is in
that's
pieces.
cool. But
I'm not sure if it has all the pieces, but the main parts are still there.
All the nets are gone. All the ropes
nets,
are gone.
all the accessory things are all gone, but the main parts are there.
Yeah, it could.
So you'd have to get the accessory pieces to make it complete again. But
right. All I'm saying is, I went down to my parents'
and there's
basement,
random figures here and there.
A box of Nintendo Powers that Tony and me collected.
Oh yeah,
I opened it up.
That's Gonzo.
It was my heart broke because mice had made a nest.
Yeah.
They rounded out all the magazines.
Yeah.
I got to save all my Disney Adventures. Nobody touched those. Thank God.
That's
Disney Adventures.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
Those are cool magazines.
Yeah,
but
I remember those.
A lot of the stuff is just destroyed by mice.
I know there's a drawer
stinks.
in my old room, which I'm assuming Mariah since has emptied out.
No, it's still full of your crap.
Oh, okay.
She bought a tote to put it in.
Oh, look at that.
It's all full of sports
Hot Wheels and cards and
Hot Wheels and things.
You got to go
that
through
I
this
had
stuff
for years. It's just I just haven't had the time.
Well, Mark, and also like we said, Mark's main problem is he has no place to store.
I don't have a big space.
He uses some stuff in the bunker,
I have a house, but not like a bunch of
Yeah.
spare space.
I got you.
Like in the house right now, I have 3 totes of Hot Wheels sitting in the basement.
More Hot Wheels.
Yeah. That I collected during COVID.
Brian, we had that problem when we cleared out the basement where we're going through stuff and we're finding stuff that was damaged, not in the last flooding, but previous flooding.
Right. Or just from being played with.
No, just stuff in boxes that you open the box and it's just disintegrated.
Yeah. Because it does.
Well, paper
take its toll.
especially. Yeah.
Yeah, it stinks. So you gotta save it if you can.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you moved everything to totes, Josh. I mean, that's good.
Oh yeah, when we cleared out the basement, like, because we bought a dumpster, there was cribs from when Mark was a baby, and playpens and.
Oh, we got all that stuff too.
Oh no, we chucked it all. We were like, this doesn't need. We don't need this. No one's going to use it again.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I think we kept the high chair.
Like the main thing I really want to get to, and I don't know if Josh has gone through them yet, is like my dad's old record collection and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Well,
That's the stuff
we had to throw some of that away because it was in the
flood.
No, it was in the dry sink.
Yeah.
And the radio, and it got peed on.
Yes.
And a lot of that stuff was damaged, but we gave you some of it.
Yeah.
Remember we went through, but like there was some in it that was like just crappy Christmas albums that were compilation stuff that weren't anything worth it. But we had to throw some of it away because it got peed on and disintegrated.
Animals.
Yeah, I hear you. Damn mice. Damn animals.
No, like pets.
Oh, pets peed on it?
Yeah.
The cat.
Oh.
The cat.
Oh.
The cat.
Marked its territory?
I think the cat tried to fight with Dad over dominance, and I'm not kidding.
In its bedroom.
I'm not kidding, and would pee in his bedroom.
Yeah, I hear you. I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, fun times.
Yeah.
Look at this. Fun memories.
Speaking of figures, let's get into wrestling figures.
Ooh.
Dude, I watched so much wrestling, and then I continued watching wrestling this morning, and now NXT's tonight, and then before you know it, Friday SmackDown's here.
Yeah.
And the next PLE
Don't forget Evolve and
yes, Saturday night main event and Evolve.
No, Evolve is the
Evolution
training show.
Evolution
Is the women's.
Sorry.
Evolve
right.
is the Tubi show.
Yes. The women's show is happening in July. July 20.
It's the same night as. Isn't it the same night as?
It's the same night as Blitzkrieg, and then on Sunday is the women's tournament.
Yeah.
And that's, of course, I have East of the River, so I'm gonna have to watch it all on Sunday night.
So we just had a request sent in to our chat from the Family Man.
Okay.
I think that's Bobby. Is that Bobby?
Yeah, I think so.
He'd like you to address the Lil Wayne Weezer cover of Islands in the Sun.
I will. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna give me my camera.
Okay, hold on.
So, Bobby, I'm on the Weezer Reddit board, and someone posts, "What is this crap?" aka garbage, and it is come to find out that Lil Wayne put out his new album.
Yes.
And he's doing some cover remix or something of a Weezer song. I read all the comments. I'm not going to listen to it because all the comments were saying how bad it was. So I'm not going to waste my time. Lil Wayne did do a rap verse on a song on the Ratitude album. This was like years and years and years ago. Party All the Time has Lil Wayne on a Weezer song. So a lot of people were saying, well, he did do a Weezer song, so but I heard it's a bad song. So I don't want to listen to it. So there you go, Bob. It happened.
It's a thing.
It happened.
Okay, so
let's move on. Let's get on to wrestling challenge.
Before we get into our wrestling challenge.
Oh, Island Holiday, is that the name of the song?
Yeah, he mashes the two songs together, I think.
Okay.
But the comments were not favorable. People were saying it was bad.
We'll have to listen to it after the show. So. Now I want to know. Now I want to listen to it because I hear it's bad.
Now he's gonna want to. But just so you know,
I
Brian,
enjoy hearing bad music.
Yeah,
sometimes.
we'll take a listen after.
Before we get into the wrestling challenge card, our next PLE will be Night of Champions in Riyadh. I can't pronounce. Riyadh.
And that's the end of
Saudi Arabia. That's
June?
the end of June. That's June 28th.
That's the same night as.
That's the same night as Blitzkrieg.
That's the one that same night as Blitzkrieg.
Yes.
And
then
then
have the main event of CM Punk versus John Cena.
I know. Oh my God.
For the WWE Championship.
My guy versus Tony's guy.
I know.
I am so pumped.
And then the next one after that would be I would call it the Georgia weekend.
Yes.
Because you have Saturday night main event, and then
Evolution.
Evolution, which I'm looking forward to.
Yes.
To both of those. Those are gonna be good.
So
And that's July.
14th.
Yes, and then SummerSlam's.
No, the 12th and 13th, and then
Yeah.
SummerSlam is in
Yeah, so it'll be a
August.
double points weekend.
You know, I'll tell you something. I know WrestleMania is 2 nights, and it's kind of nice that all the PLEs are generally 1 night. A part of me is just like, oh my god, 2 nights of SummerSlam.
Well, SummerSlam's like the mid-year.
But this is the
WrestleMania.
first year they're doing 2 nights.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was just like, oh my god.
You know what else is coming
why?
up in August?
What?
Triple Mania.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the AAA.
AAA
You-
one.
If you thought
Yeah.
Worlds Collide was
Oh,
amazing,
man.
Worlds Collide was amazing.
I can't wait to see
I've
Triple
watched past Triple Manias.
Yeah,
Like,
it's crazy.
Oh.
It's intense.
Let's get into it because I got a lot
Yes.
to say.
Yeah.
Let's
We'll
start
go,
off.
We'll go with
Let's get
Worlds
into
Collide
our-
first.
Let's do Worlds Collide first. I have things to say, and I don't
Yeah.
want to say it now until we get into it.
All right, so
It's now time for the Geekonomics Wrestling Challenge.
for Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank, which happened over this past weekend.
Yeah.
Again, these matches are never in order of how they happened, even though this one
what's pretty close.
Kinda is.
I
This
think it
one's
was.
pretty
I
good.
think you did.
I'm pretty good. I felt pretty good about myself that I pretty much picked up the lineup.
no.
I think I should get bonus points for it.
No.
No, that's not how it works. All right.
First match we had on our sheet was the LWO up against Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and the breakout star of Worlds Collide, Mr. Iguana.
Wow.
Who even had an interstitial on Raw last night?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And there is, I know this is all rumors,
Josh
speculation.
with the fancy word of interstitial.
Interstitial, talking
that's
about
what they're
him
called.
joining NXT. And
Yeah.
I mean, he
Yeah.
was all over my timeline on Facebook
Yeah,
today.
Mr. Iguana is all over the place.
I will say this.
He's like the Danhausen of Mexican wrestling.
Yeah,
Yes,
dude,
yes.
he was awesome. I will say this about Worlds Collide, like especially when we get to Chad Gable and how do you
El Hijo
Vikingo.
del
El Hijo
You-
del-
you could just call him Vikingo.
Vikingo.
Vikingo. When we get to that, but all I gotta say is all these watching them. This is like traditional, like
Lucha Libre.
yeah, it's very basic, but it's unbelievable what they can do.
A lot of flippies.
A lot and very impressive.
Yes.
And I actually, by the end of this, it made me be a Chad Gable fan for a weird.
also-
I was like, Chad Gable. He wrestled 3 times this weekend.
Well,
what,
two.
what are you talking
Wow.
about? He didn't.
He only wrestled twice.
Yeah.
That's
wrestled
true.
twice,
That
sir.
is someone else.
El Grande de
wrestled twice.
Americano
Americano is
wrestled the
someone
other
else,
match.
yeah.
That's a different guy.
Even
He just borrows Chad
even
Gable's
though they
boots
had
and
the same
outfit.
armbands
In his armband.
And they just happen to have the same
tattoo
armband.
and
Same
his
coincidence.
neck.
The same
the
place.
same cuts on their
Just a
back.
coincidence.
No,
Coincidence.
not the same guy at
Just
all.
a
What are you talking
coincidence.
about?
Anyway, it just made me appreciate Chad Gable,
Doppelganger.
even though he is a heel. It made me like that match was phenomenal.
Yes.
But anyway, this Mr. Iguana stole the show, and I think if you've never watched wrestling, just Google him and watch some of his stuff. It's like amazing.
Didn't it feel like a couple of our favorite friends from Blitzkrieg, with goats and
yes.
badgers?
Yes.
I totally thought the same thing, Josh.
Yeah.
But the great thing about Mr. Iguana, he acts like an iguana. He has a stuffed iguana, and the stuffed iguana is part of the show.
Yes.
And also the moves he just the crawl out and then having it on the mat.
Yeah.
And then him kicking it up and landing it on his
Oh,
shoulder
that
and
alone,
making it a
I was
whole.
sold right then
Yeah.
when he did that.
Yeah.
I was like, my new favorite guy.
He falls on his back with his hands up
Oh,
like
yeah,
an iguana.
Like an iguana, like it
iguana
falls
out of a
out.
tree.
Like
The
it
guy
falls out
goes
of the tree.
to shake his hand. He puts his tongue and licks
Licks
it
it. Yeah.
like an
Good
iguana.
stuff.
I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah.
This guy was fantastic.
It was a great show.
He's really dived into the whole spick of being an iguana.
He did.
Shtick of being an iguana. Aerostar, of course, amazing. He's been
Yes.
in wrestling for a long, long time. Octagon Jr., I think, is going to be the guy that's going to come out of AAA directly into WB very quickly.
You think
'cause
so?
He then
Yeah.
ended up getting to a thing with Dominic Mysterio
Yes.
after the match. Then ended up having a match at Money in the Bank, which we'll talk about later on.
Yep.
Then the next match, I know Brian was excited for this one.
Well,
Mark,
we gotta
you
talk-
didn't- You just said who
We
won.
gotta say who won.
Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana won.
See, I'm a little mad at myself.
I got a point.
I didn't because
I didn't.
I should have realized that the faces of WWE, of course, are going to be respectful
Yes.
and not
Yeah, no. If I had known Mr. Iguana more, I would have assumed that he would have won.
I didn't realize they were also the favorites of.
Yes.
And he is also mixed tag champion.
Yes, he is.
Which,
yes.
if they start utilizing and bringing back the mixed tag with WWE, because
mixed match
if it
challenge
becomes
like
popular again,
yeah,
that would be amazing.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Brian again was excited for this match. Stephanie Vacour, who's Brian's new favorite,
She is.
and Lola Vice, which
Lola
is Brian's
Vice
quickly
was
becoming Brian's favorite.
fantastic.
But also
too.
Stephanie, who actually did fight 3 matches.
Three
in
matches in
18 hours.
24 hours.
I don't know
She
what
did.
you're talking about. She actually did it. I don't know
She
what
actually did it.
Chad
Josh,
Gable
you're
did
actually-
nothing.
Yeah.
This match was fantastic. Like,
Yeah, so there was those two up against Chick Tormenta and Dalis.
and they were like, oh my, like two
Yeah.
quarterbacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chick
And,
Tormenta and Dalis have been wrestling for a long time.
and I did learn something interesting during that match. They were talking about your mentor.
Yes.
You know, whoever your mentor, be it man or woman, and you're a man or woman wrestler, but that person is your godfather for the rest of
Yes.
your career.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I liked the guy doing the color commentary.
Conan, he's a former wrestler.
Yeah, like kind of giving us the history.
For back in the
Honestly,
day.
that actually reminded me. Corey Graves did a lot of research and actually
I love Corey
seemed
Graves.
really
Corey
invested.
Graves is a great play-by-play guy.
But like him saying something and having Conan go, "Wait, you know that?"
I want to make the bold statement in saying I think Corey Graves should take over NXT and Vic Joseph.
He's on NXT.
No, should be the play-by-play guy for NXT, and Vic Joseph should go back to, or leave Vic Joseph as a play-by-play guy and put Corey Graves back on SmackDown
Yes.
as the play-by-play guy.
Yes.
And have Joe Tessitore be like the host guy.
Yes.
Like he does for Saturday Night Main Event.
They made a big mistake. They had let Corey Graves go, and
Yeah.
he was upset.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to move on Monday Night Raw to Netflix.
Yeah.
And he posted on social media he was told he was not famous enough.
Yeah.
He was pissed. Then something happened.
Which unfortunately is a Netflix.
But hold
One
on,
of the
hold
problems.
on.
No,
He
I'm just
was
saying,
pissed.
I'm
and
just
he-
saying that is a problem of Netflix not being what it is.
They got him back on NXT.
Yeah.
Which when I watch NXT, it's like so nice to have a familiar voice.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
is really good, and like Josh is right. He did a fantastic job doing this tonight on Worlds Collide. But like, yeah, Joe. Oh man,
His voice just doesn't.
it doesn't match.
His
go.
voice is more sports, not
Yes.
like he.
It
I
sounds
think it's
like
also nice
he
to
doesn't need to
declare,
explain
I
it.
feel like too the thing of I feel like could be just an East Coast thing that like Joe Tessitore started out at Channel 3 in Hartford
Oh, okay.
as a sports broadcast, like a sports reporter.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've heard him for a long time.
Yeah.
So I know his cadence and everything. So it's very weird to hear his cadence
Yes.
in wrestling.
It doesn't match sometimes.
Yes.
It almost feels too forced.
Well,
Yes.
that's
like
what
he's
I mean.
faking it.
Yeah.
It's not natural.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is the problem is he's an old school sports guy.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
So he has that. Kind
Kind of like we had when Mike Adamle was on Raw from American Gladiators.
Yeah, it's a.
He's great. He does a good job. It's just their voice doesn't jive.
No. Anyway, but
They
Corey
have-
Graves,
No, I'm
Corey
just saying, he has
fantastic.
that old school radio voice.
Yes.
Where they feel they have to explain stuff where it's like, no.
Anyways, back to the match.
Sorry.
But my favorite is
Stephanie Booker,
Corey
Lola
Booker.
Vice,
Every time Stephanie does her move, Corey Booker is brought up.
or Booker T.
Booker T.
Oh, Corey Booker.
Corey Booker's a senator
I know.
who
Booker T.
who used to date Rosario Dawson.
He is dating.
Are they still dating Rosario Dawson?
Yeah. Why is it Corey? Yeah, Booker T. Sorry.
Because Booker and
Yeah.
Corey, we were talking about Corey.
I
Graves.
always get the Corey's. And there's a lot of Corey's.
Corey Graves.
Corey Graves.
Booker T. I can see how you could mix it up.
Yeah.
What's your name?
I-
Anyway, Stephanie Vacour did an amazing job all
Yes.
weekend. And
So
Lola
Stephanie
Vice
Vacour
was
and
amazing.
a double-
Lola
double-
Vice won that match.
Yes.
That was a
Double
really
Devil's Kiss, too.
We
great-
all got that?
Yes. I think
Yes,
we
you
all
got
got
dueling
that.
Devil's Kisses.
Dueling
Did you
Devil's
enjoy that?
Kiss.
Oh, yes.
I bet you did.
I was.
Conan,
Weirdo.
why'd they stop?
Yeah, why they stopped. Yeah, that was funny.
You weirdos.
No,
Anyways,
I love Conan being announced.
yeah. Moving on. Next match was Legato del Fantasma up against El Hilo del Dr. Wagner Jr., Psycho Clown, and Pagano. This match was intense. This was a great match. El Hilo del Dr. Wagner Jr. was the highlight of this from the AAA side. Psycho Clown and Pagano are older, like age-wise.
Creepy looking.
Yeah, and they've been around for a long time.
I think
and Pagano is kind of like the Mick Foley of AAA. He's like the deathmatch kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like we'll do like the hardcore stuff and all that.
Yeah, there's
I honestly think one of them is older than all of us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's hard to tell with all the makeup.
Yeah.
But I did like Psycho Clown's mask
Yes.
that had
Yeah.
the AAA on one side and the WWE logo on the other side. I'm like, that was really cool.
Yeah. But Legado del Fantasma took this one.
Yep.
So
I got a point.
we got a point each.
I didn't,
Josh did not.
because I thought the good
Yes.
guys would win and the
Yes.
bad guys would lose.
Yeah. Next up was the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Men's North American Championship. Champion Ethan Page up against Javon Evans, Ray Phoenix, and the Laredo Kid. This is another
This is a great match.
amazing match. Like just the high flying was.
Yes.
Even Ethan Page got into the high flying, which was impressive.
Javon is all over the
He's
place.
bouncy.
Dude, he's like a springboard.
Yes.
He's the reason why I thought he was going to win, because this match felt very lucha,
yes.
yes.
and I thought they would play into it, and Javon was going to
Yeah.
come out on top. But I'm not upset. I'm just like, dang.
Yeah. I didn't see Ethan Page losing it because the championship was on the line,
Yeah.
but it really all four of them like worked very well together. Like
Yeah.
it was a great match.
And Ethan Page did take down the win, so Brian and I got points.
Yep.
The other guy did not. Then the final match was the AAA Mega Championship. El Hijo del Vikingo versus Chad Gable.
Yeah. Yeah. And Kingo got it. The Kingo.
Vikingo took down the win.
Chad Gable, I will say this though, man.
I thought Chad was going to win. I thought they were going to do the thing where they'd bring out
I know.
I'm glad they
El
didn't.
Grande Americano.
I understand how it would have been cool, and it would have probably been a way to bring the AAA stuff into the WWE.
Yes.
But I think it would have been too quick of a turnaround to do that.
but whatever.
Chad did like
Chad was amazing.
he was absolutely amazing. These two work so well together. And for me, who was never really a big like Chad Gable and American Made, oh yeah,
Did
they're
you forget that the
they're
championship
whatever.
match
No, I
was 2
miscounted my
points?
points.
What? That's a championship match.
No, I know, but I miscounted my points on the sheet. Oh, no, I didn't get the first one. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, Chad Gable nailed it. I thought these two were fantastic together, and I think it just proved what a talent Chad Gable is.
Yeah.
And for me,
And it shows why El Grande Americano idolizes him so much.
yes, they just want to be each other.
They just want to be
But
each other.
Yeah.
But again, I will always say, Chad Gable, the wrestler, phenomenal.
Yeah.
I just hate his current character version of
His
Chad
character's
Gable.
funny. I don't take him seriously.
So
He's like a satire of America. Chad
I thought
Gable.
the thing about this is that I think this match now sets up for Triple Mania.
Yes.
Vikingo
Versus
against El Grande Americano.
That would
Yeah.
be funny. That would be cool.
And that's where they
that's what
unmask him.
yeah. I think that would be the way to do it, and you have it as
Yeah.
a mask versus
Yeah.
whatever.
A mask versus match.
Yeah.
so
Or hair versus
Well,
mask.
that's what it would be: hair versus mask.
Yeah.
right. I watched this on Monday morning, and I was on the edge of my seat
Dude,
because
Brian,
I didn't know.
when you messaged the group and you said I'm watching it today, and I'm like, yes.
I didn't know anybody who won. The only person that I had a feeling was Stephanie Valkyrie winning. I didn't know about anybody else, and
I
I
had
was
a feeling, but it wasn't about her winning.
Hell.
Hello. When I got to this last
You
match,
creep.
what?
I don't know.
She's amazing. But this last match, I was in the edge of my seat going, like, I was really like,
I gotta
Chad,
poop.
you better not win. You better not win. Like, it was an amazing show, and I can't believe I swept.
Yeah.
This is my third sweep.
Yeah. Moving on to your second sweep.
Now, moving on to sweep number 4.
Oh, is this your fourth one?
This is 4 sweeps in a row.
I don't know about that. I don't
Yes.
think the first
No,
one you
it
got
is.
right.
Yes.
You didn't
No,
get
he
backlash
did.
completely.
Yes, I
Yeah.
got the last 2 right.
He's-
This is 4
he is-
sweeps.
he's-
I have the record of sweeps, Mark.
All right, we'll see how
It's
that goes.
sweeps weeks.
Sweets for Brian. All right, now moving on to Geekonomics' Money in the Bank. We'll leave the first match on our sheet till the end because that was how the show ended.
Yeah.
So we'll dive into the women's IC championship match. Lyra Valkyria up against Becky Lynch.
But again, Mark, you pretty much had the order pretty well done.
Well, yeah, I just moved because the women's was actually first, Money in the Bank, but yeah. So the women's IC championship, Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch took down the win.
We all kind of saw that, right? Did we all get that?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money at Raw.
Well, again, because it didn't make sense for Becky not to win.
But guess who's back? Bailey's back.
Yeah, as I was watching Monday Night Raw, I was like a prime example of what I was saying last week. Like, you've been basically like now neutered Lyra Valkyria because who's going to care about what's going on with her now?
But Bailey's back. So.
I know, because you've now moved Bailey into that spot.
But did you notice that, though? Did you notice that little bit of thing at the end where she's like, well, why'd you jump in? I was going to beat her up.
Yeah.
So I'm almost wondering if they're going to try and do something where it becomes a triple threat.
Heel?
Or it becomes a triple threat.
A triple threat. Triple threat would be
because they both want to beat her up.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like, but I mean, that's the way Becky tries to make it a thing of, she actually has a right to fight me. You don't.
Right.
And you're not worth it. And yes, and it's going to be the whole thing that they basically did with Io.
Yeah.
You're not worth it. You're not,
It was a good, these two were great together. I knew Becky was going to win, but fantastic match.
Again.
Yeah.
Lyra is a good wrestler.
Yeah.
Nothing
we don't
else.
have
That's
to beat
about
a
it.
dead horse.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
We know.
Anyways, moving on to the women's Money in the Bank match. It was Rhea Ripley against Alexa Bliss, against Roxanne Perez, against Julia, against Naomi, against the woman who wrestled twice in one day.
Yes.
Stephanie Vacour.
Yep. And I had a moment that I was like, okay, if Stephanie got into this, a part of me was like, man.
Were you able to handle this match?
This is the most amazing women in wrestling. It was amazing. I was glued to the TV.
As the women were coming out, I turned to Claire and I'm like, when Brian watched this match, I'm surprised he was able to stay in his chair.
They're all amazing. I was really nervous.
Able to sit.
I was really nervous that Stephanie was going to take it because I was like, listen, she lost the belt. She comes into the Raw. All of a sudden, are we going to skyrocket her right towards the belt?
Yeah.
I was nervous. Naomi, story-wise, made the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
This was tough because I was like, are they going to give it to someone new or actually go story? They went story.
Like I said, it didn't make sense to go with someone new because it would have felt forced, almost like Lyra winning felt forced.
Now, who else? I got Naomi. I got it right, but what did you guys get?
I picked Rhea, so I lost.
Okay.
I picked Alexa Bliss because I shot for the fences.
Okay.
Which he even admitted, he's like,
it was 1 point. I figured, why not?
All right.
Well, I didn't know she was with the Andrade of this match, but she basically was.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss is amazing. I think they need to find something for her. I mean, obviously we know Roseanne Perez is with
Roxanne.
I was looking at what you wrote.
You did break Roseanne.
I fixed it.
Roxanne.
I
just looked at that Roxanne Perez.
Yes.
She is amazing. All I got to say to this, guys, Monday Night Raw, Roxanne Perez, Liv Morgan, and Rhea Ripley, it was like watching Gandalf beat up two hobbits.
Yes.
I was dying.
Yes.
I was like, this is Gulliver's Travel.
Again.
Kairi Sane.
Oh, yeah, she was in it too.
Yes.
I forgot.
That's how who got pinned to lose.
It was like watching Gandalf up against a bunch of hobbits.
Yes.
Like, they were so tiny compared.
It's
hilarious.
Until I didn't realize it during Money in the Bank, but when I watched Monday Night Raw,
well, at least because in the Money in the Bank match you had Naomi.
Yes,
who's pretty tall.
But even still, as soon as all four of them were in the ring, I'm like, God, how tall is Rhea?
She's not tall at all.
She's not. She's not tall.
Average height. She's
the other girls are like 5'2".
But the girls are other girls are like
5 something,
2, 5'4".
And it's so funny because Roxanne is like slightly smaller than Liv, and I'm like, how much smaller are these girls gonna get?
Keep getting him.
It's like a Russian doll, nesting doll. Anyway, this was a great match. They're all talented, amazing, and Naomi, story-wise, makes the most sense.
Yes,
I did love we're all gonna beat up Rhea and throw her out there, and then throw the ladders on top of her.
Oh, that was fantastic.
And then she Roxanne is hanging off, and all of a sudden you see
did the Undertaker thing and kind of like rose up from the dead.
Yeah.
the look on Roxanne. The look on Roxanne's face. I was just, oh, I'm dead. I'm dead.
It was good, but I will say last year's Money in the Bank women's match was still better.
Yes,
That
but it was
was-
the predictable match of the night, which is what the men's was this year.
Yeah.
Was the predictable match of the night. The men's Money in the Bank match: LA Knight, Andrade, Penta, Solo Sikoa, Seth Rollins, and El Grande Americano.
Yeah, which
I had known that I probably would have picked him to win the earlier match. So
wow. I picked Seth Rollins. What did you guys pick?
I picked CM Punk because I didn't think they're gonna put.
Who did you pick? You picked
picked Seth Rollins.
We both picked Seth Rollins. A lot of folks online were really saying LA Knight. I was like getting like this. There's this LA Knight vibe, and a part of me was like, I don't see it.
yeah, there's no story for LA Knight.
I will say this about Solo Sikoa. I thought his acting was really good that night. It was
Yes.
on point. Like
Yeah,
that.
the big turn of
The big turn.
Jacob Fatu.
Fatu comes
But again,
Saving him from-
Before even getting to that, do we really need to have interruptions in every
Well, this is
disqualification
storyline
match?
Every
interruption.
Seth match will.
Yes.
Seth's
But, like,
thing is
even-
that's his thing now. He's
He's
going
just-
to be. He's basically Roman 2.0.
He's
where he's gonna
power
have
hungry. He wants the power.
Everything is
No,
like
but, like,
he's going to
then we
absorb
even had
people
it-
to be his henchmen. And
We even had it in the Fatal 4-Way match for the
Yes.
Queen of the Ring.
yes,
It's like, we don't need to keep interrupting these matches with outside interference.
well, the thing with that is at least now it ropes LA Knight into that story as like another guy
because he showed up
against him.
on Raw.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it shows like the locker room is not going to tolerate their shenanigans kind of thing. So it kind of was a good placement, and it
that's
also
fine.
made sense because there's no way you could put Braun Breaker in a match against those three other guys and viably
Have somebody else
murk
win.
out Braun Breaker basically.
You had
Like, he
no,
would have
I
to have been,
understand.
like-
I understand it, but it's
Something
we've
major
had
would
a
have to happen
lot
to
of
get him
it
out of
in the
the way.
past few PLEs, and now even on Raw,
That's
it's becoming like
it's a wrestling MacGuffin basically.
know,
It's
but
like, hey,
it's-
we need to get guys in a match together, but we also need to get a way to not have these guys in the match together. Like,
Oh, I know,
Like they're
it's
also
just-
holding off who's going to be that fourth guy in the next
Right.
match.
He has a question mark. It could be Jey Uso now.
It's
that
going to be
Jey-
Otis.
You think so?
Yes,
Yeah. Or it could be Jay now because he lost the belt.
it could be Jay, but in
Yeah.
the match with Sheamus, Rusev, Bronson Reed,
Oh, it won't be Jay then.
throwing
Yeah.
Jay in there is just like
No.
feed him to the fishes. Basically.
Yeah.
It's going to be another big guy.
Yeah.
well, that's the problem with not having
It could be Randy Orton.
it. But you don't.
No,
have,
Randy
now
Orton's
that you
already
don't
on
have-
the thing.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
already
is
on
he?
the
No,
bracket.
he's in the
That was
he's in the other one.
Yep.
That's like two. Like I don't know if did
Hold
you
on.
guys notice this last night when they showed the brackets? It's like, oh, I guess Randy's coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess Asuka's coming back.
Yeah.
And then later on, they're like, next week Asuka's coming back. It's like, yeah, we know. You showed it on the bracket earlier.
Yeah.
You idiots.
Oh,
If you're
yeah.
not showing it
You
on the
notice-
bracket
you notice
instead it
that
was a
too?
hidden spot.
If they did the Asuka return after they showed Asuka.
Yeah, that's what I was saying,
Yeah.
on the
It
thing.
was. I'm like, as
I
soon
saw
as
it,
it
and
popped
later on
up,
they
I'm
showed
like,
the thing
wait
like
a second,
next week
what?
coming back. I'm like, I know. You had her on the bracket.
I'm excited for her to come back.
Yeah.
But it's just you sort of like didn't jump the shark there
Yeah.
by showing the bracket. Where if you had put the question mark there, like
I
you
know.
did
Yeah,
with
no,
the
exactly.
men,
It
That's what I
would've
was
been
saying.
fun.
If they
It
had
would've
said like,
been-
if they had said like, oh, with Pierce having a pick in the men's bracket, or something like that, or did like,
Or
but she's
just-
on Raw too, so it's hard
Every-
to do.
No, you could have just said because of injuries or or just
Yeah,
some.
Could've thrown someone else there and then
because
just
you have
pulled her
one for
out.
the men's. Why wouldn't you have one for the women's as
Yeah.
well? Just be like,
a wild card.
yeah.
All right. We got 2 more matches.
Yeah.
Well, 3 more.
But anyway, Seth Rollins won
Yes.
after all the shenanigans. Jacob Fatu is now turned. He's now a good guy.
There's something.
And we're assuming, like I said, Claire's like, why would they leave Solo without anybody else? I'm like, I'm assuming that means their brothers are coming back.
Well,
The
no.
Tongans.
Solo's got his other guy.
Well, JC Mateo, but I'm
Yeah.
assuming the
Mateo, but-
Tongans are going to
Yes,
come back.
But then,
Tongan.
but also
Tongalo
it's-
and
Oh,
Tama
yeah. They
Tonga.
disappeared for.
Well,
I-
one of the younger brother got hurt, remember?
yeah,
at,
because that's why they
War
had,
Games?
War Games.
Yes.
Same time as
Yep.
Bronson Reed got hurt.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
assuming it's about that time frame when he'd be ready to go, and they pull Tamatonga off. I think they're going to bring them back now as like a tag team together.
Yeah.
To re-team up with
I
Solo.
forgot about them. It's been a while.
I
So
do
I
have
thought
a question of that though, because it almost seemed like Jacob was hoping or making sure that Mateo was knocked out
Yes.
so that he could.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if he is going to be splitting or I don't know if he's going to be taking him with him or going on his own.
No, I think he's going to go on his own, and he's going to be against JC Mateo or
Yeah.
Solo, one of the two.
Yeah.
But
He did say, I hate you.
yeah,
I mean, he
did
literally
say
yelled it.
He said
so,
it. He did
He
very
did.
loudly.
Very loud.
The final match of the night was the Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso match.
With
against-
Dominic.
No, you forgot
Oh,
one.
that's right. There was Dominic
We
versus.
added-
Now,
we
was that a
Octagon
two-pointer,
Jr.
I gotta ask? That was
Yes,
Yes, it
that
was
a
for the
two-pointer.
belt.
Yes.
Okay, that was
Yes, Dominic versus Octagon Jr.
Yeah.
Like we say, was made at.
I thought that was
Worlds
actually
Collide.
pretty good.
If anyone thought Octagon Jr. was going to win, there, knucklehead.
Well, I don't know who Octagon Jr. was,
Well, he
but
was in the first match.
but we all I know.
we
but
all
I-
said Dom because
we
there's
all
no
said
chance Dom
Dom.
wasn't winning.
What I'm telling you is the way I watched this.
Dom's
I
gonna
watched
lose to Finn
I
Balor.
watched
That's
Worlds
what's gonna happen.
Collide last. Also, we were playing D&D when we got
that's
that
right.
text.
So you
So,
didn't-
I didn't
yeah,
know
you
anything.
didn't know who he was,
I
yeah.
just picked Dom.
So yeah, Dom won. We all picked Dom.
Yeah, we all got a point. 2 points.
2 points for that one. And then the final match, like I said, was the Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso match up against Cena
Cena.
and Logan Paul.
This was fantastic. And like I said in the group chat, I'm like, I know, Mark, you're probably going to hem and haw and not agree with me, but I thought because it wasn't just John Cena like being his self, like kind of just being slow and playing like a cat with a mouse, I thought I don't know, man. I thought this was the best match John Cena has done this retirement thing, because Logan Paul had some epic moves, especially with the drone was cool to see that.
But Brian,
Hold on, let me finish. Hold on. I'm just saying, with these other three, it wasn't just John Cena batting someone around. So I thought there was more life to it. Also, of course, the ending was epic as all hell.
Well,
but
so
can I say it first, Mark?
yes,
Logan Paul made John Cena's match better.
yes,
Yes. Oh,
That's
no,
a
I see.
problem.
What this match
But
displayed?
not for a viewer. It was a fun
What
match.
this match displayed, though, is the reasoning why John Cena is retiring. Because John Cena in the ring with these three other guys
Looked weak.
made John Cena look old,
Yeah.
like really old.
He doesn't look that old.
He looked
He
really
looked
old.
ancient.
He
well,
looked
I mean,
like,
he is old for
but like
a wrestler.
yeah, but like the movement and the speed and everything. The other three guys,
oh yeah,
like
they're-
when they were interacting,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Cena into that,
yeah.
you could see like it like slowed down and everything.
But
was,
even when like he
like,
threw
plotted
punches, it looked
and-
like he was.
yeah, like everything was a major
like-
issue.
I will say I was so excited to see Cody Rhodes back. I love Cody Rhodes. I thought Cody Rhodes coming back with Jey Uso. I don't know, man. It was like a feel good match because it wasn't just John Cena going to wreck house.
If the thing hadn't happened earlier in the week with R-Truth
Oh, so good.
and like with him getting released
Yeah.
or announced of being released, and then the crowd like turning on that news
Yeah.
and
The
basically
outpouring.
hijacking it for a guy that they really did not care about, but for some reason all of a sudden now they cared about because
I
he was
disagree because
in one recent match.
I say R-Truth, like when he made the announcement, especially on Reddit, people were just really upset because
I think people were more
R-Truth,
upset with the way it went down as
Yes.
opposed to him leaving.
Yes,
But I
because
also-
he
I
was
also-
not renewed
if
his
he
contract.
had decided that he was leaving, like he
Right.
said,
If he
I'm
had retired.
leaving,
Yes.
then people would not have made a big stink about
Right.
it. It was the fact that he was like called by a random employee
But he's a.
and said, "Hey, they're not going to renew your contract."
I read a lot of comments saying, "What is What are they doing? WWE doing? Because he is great comic relief for wrestling,
Yeah.
and he is.
Yeah,
But also, it sounds like they knew about it for a while
yeah.
and held it close to
Well,
the
they know when
vest.
his contract's coming up.
No,
He-
but,
yeah.
But even like because
They
it
just didn't
sounded
renew
like
it.
They
the.
have whole departments that handle that.
But that's what I mean is like the Saturday Night Main Event stuff was only made because John Cena didn't want him to leave that way.
Yes. And the Saturday Night Main Event thing was basically supposed to be his swan song.
Right.
It was supposed to be his like goodbye.
But I think because of the way they went about it, you retired a guy quickly while you have another guy who's retiring for a year.
Yeah.
Right.
But everyone likes R-Truth.
Yes.
He did the Judgment Day stuff.
Yes.
He's been around forever with.
I'm not denying any of that. I'm just saying the reason why I picked the way I had picked originally.
Oh no,
was thinking, well, they got rid of Truth, so usually WWE does not rehire somebody back quickly.
No, yeah.
So
but now he's
there was
Ron
no chance
Killings.
of Ron Killings returning.
Oh my! Monday Night Raw was amazing.
To cost Cena the win. So I mean, I'm happy it happened that way.
It was awesome.
Because now it at least makes the John Cena story at least somewhat interesting, as opposed to what it was before going into this.
It was, I would say,
and
this
now you
moment.
got CM Punk and Killings and Cody Rhodes all circling the John Cena story.
No, and Seth Rollins because
Seth Rollins with
Monday
the Money in the
night
Bank.
he comes out with the bank. I'm like, oh,
he's gonna cash in on Gunther. It's gonna be fine.
Well,
he's not he should have cashed in last night.
Yeah,
the whole night I was like, cash in. It's
like you literally set up the thing where they're both beat down and Gunther is like barely moving. And then like the song should have hit.
But they started the show with Seth basically saying, I'm going to cash in against Cena.
Basically.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, no, but it would have made more sense just because of, like Mark said, you have Gunther in the ring.
Oh, I know.
You already did
that's what I
the thing with that is
when he went and raised the belt, that's when he should have.
I think the Seth Rollins thing earlier was not him saying I'm going to cash in on Cena. I think it's still this long, drawn-out story.
It's going to be a power.
Seth doesn't want CM Punk to be champion.
Right, so he will stop.
So he's going to use his briefcase to cash in
on CM Punk
to avoid CM Punk winning the championship.
Yeah.
And that's going to cost them both the championship, and Cena will have it again.
It could be. We'll have to find out. Because
I think that's the Night of Champions thing.
Yes.
Where CM Punk, it looks like CM Punk's going to win.
Yep.
Seth to try to cash in.
Mm-hmm.
Turn it into a three-way.
Like he did at WrestleMania. But this time it won't work. And
or even better, you have it become a three-way like that.
Yeah.
And then you have Drew come in and knock him out and knock CM Punk out and have John win.
Well, I mean, I feel like...
Then Drew's the third man.
I feel like if Seth goes to do it, Seth, like, it will cost CM Punk the belt, but also it will allow Cena to keep the belt. I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, I had Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso. What did you guys have?
I had Cena and Logan Paul.
I had Cody and Jay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was my fourth sweep.
Yes.
I don't know why, what is going on, because the whole time going, no way. What? How? No. I'm gunning for that belt.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Mark.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Which
No.
I forgot to bring out today.
It's even I am amazed. But I screwed up because I put Jay would cash in on Monday Night Raw. No, Seth Rollins would cash in on Jay on Monday Night Raw, and he will win. Well, that is
still
now
a chance.
But Jay would have to
win the belt back.
Yeah,
Well, that's the
I
other
guess
thing
so.
is you could still get
could
points
still
because
happen.
if you have
You can still get Raw.
if
and
someone wins
Yeah.
or someone does it where they did
Like
it.
I had Alexa Bliss cashing in on Charlotte Flair at Evolution and winning, doesn't mean someone else can cash in on Charlotte Flair at Evolution and win.
I sort of screwed myself by having both cash-ins being at SummerSlam, but
Yeah.
I got cash in. Naomi will cash in on Tiffany on a SmackDown, but will not get it because I feel like it's going to be stopped by her arch nemesis. Bianca.
That's a chance.
I feel like.
But yeah, so
Anyway.
that's out there. So we also had our celebrity pickers picking as well.
Yeah.
We have a new one this week.
Yeah.
Your former manager from Chi-Chi's.
Yeah. Mark B.
Mark B. He got 3 points.
He got 3. Yeah, he's on the board.
He's on the board. That's all you gotta be. He's on the board. You gotta play to win.
can't win if you don't play.
That's
Nope,
right.
we're gonna get you.
Claire is on the board with 6 points this past
Wow.
weekend. So she has a total of 17 points. Jen with a whopping 11 points.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Got 23 points.
Yeah.
And our section of it, the real section for the belt
The show belt.
champion,
The show.
the show thing, Josh has got 22 points after getting an 8th spot this past weekend. I picked up 10 points for a total of 23 points. And Bryon picked up all 14 points.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there were 7 on this one? 1, 3,
2
4,
points, Bryon.
5, 6,
Don't
7,
forget, don't
8.
forget.
There was 8.
Yeah, but there's
2 points. 2-point matches.
Oh, there were 7 on here, 8 on here.
There's
That's what I'm saying. So it wouldn't be 14.
On Worlds Collide, it's 2 championship matches.
2 championship matches on Worlds Collide.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
So it would have been 3 plus 2 plus 2.
That's 7 on Worlds Collide, right? In total, 7 points. And then what I'm saying is,
and then on Money in the Bank was a 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, and then a 2 points. So that's 5 points.
Dom is another 2 points.
And Dom is 7.
Yeah.
So
So
1,
you do have it's not
2,
written on there.
3,
You do get the
4,
7.
7.
5,
Yes,
6,
that's
7. Oh, I'm
that's
sorry.
where you got it.
I
It's not written on
miscounted.
your sheet because I
Yeah,
didn't
right.
change it
You're
on
right.
your sheet. but it
14 points. I was wrong.
Yes.
I
So
miscounted.
you have a total of 34 points.
Oh my! I have 34. What do you have?
23. So you're ahead by 11 points
what
right
did
now.
I
What does Josh
again?
got?
Josh has 22, so he's behind by 12 points.
So Mark and I are neck and neck, and you're sort of
You're the me of last year right now.
Yeah, I'm skyrocketing.
But remember, points can always change at a drop of a hat.
Well, I know.
One bad week and you're done.
Dude, I can't even believe I've had 4 good weeks.
okay.
I know.
But who can anybody? Well, you and Bryon can still get the women's potentially for the Money in the Bank cash-ins.
Yes.
Bryon could sweep
Well, I don't think
because you
he's
have
good.
Naomi
I have
Right.
Naomi, what she got,
and you have Seth.
and I have
And
Seth.
So
that's
you
what I mean is-
technically can sweep the points still.
But Seth has to win the belt from Jay, and Jay doesn't have the belt
Right,
anymore.
no, but Bryon, you still have potential for a lot more points.
But you have
than-
potential to get the full point totals, I'm saying.
Oh, if he, but the thing is, he has to go after Jay,
Yes.
and I don't think
Right,
that's
but
gonna
you
happen.
still you're still the only one.
I know.
Well, no, I have Seth, too, for
You
the
have
men's.
Seth
no,
as well.
but I'm saying for both.
For both,
for-
yeah.
for-
Tiffany, I feel like Naomi going after Tiffany makes most sense.
Yes.
It will happen at SmackDown or PLE. I don't know.
Yes. But if she doesn't get it, then that negates it for you. If she does
Right.
win, then
Yeah.
you're out.
But I'm at least
Yeah.
saying, Bryon, you're still the only one who has the option
Yes.
Gotcha. I got
or
you.
Yes.
potential to sweep.
Yes, you could basically shut the whole show down if
Right.
you hit on either one of those.
Monday Night Raw, man. I'm going 5 minutes. Where's Seth? Where's Seth?
Yeah. Oh,
Where's
yeah.
Seth?
Yeah.
Where's Seth? What is going on? And you're right. It was a perfect opportunity, but they started the show off with him going after Cena. So
Yeah.
I feel what you're saying makes the most sense, that he is going to stop CM Punk from winning.
Yeah.
It's because he's more for the power of it.
Yes.
He's the
Yes.
power,
Like-
but he's
like
also
CM Punk said,
there's always
it
that thing
corrupts
of
you.
him being against Punk.
Yes. Oh, yeah. They're butting heads. They've
Yeah.
been butting heads all year.
It's a age-old thing.
Yeah. So it should be
You
good.
Yeah.
left and came back. You left
Yes.
and trashed.
And we all know, no matter what, Cody's going to be the one to win the belt back
He has to.
because it's got to be the hero
Yeah.
journey.
Well,
Yeah.
now that it's out,
But
yeah,
he's already pinned him at this show. He pinned him, so
I know it won't happen. I know it won't happen. But I would have loved for some way Ron Killings becomes champion. I know
Oh
it won't
my
happen.
God.
I know it won't happen.
I mean, there's a chance. I mean, I feel like
But-
it's coming to the point now where there's going to be something that's going to come up where they're going to do a multi-man match for the belt. Because there's so many guys now. You have Cody, CM Punk, Ron Killings, Randy Orton, Seth, all hovering around John Cena's championship.
Yeah. Randy Orton's kind of disappeared after that match.
But he'll be back. And he
for
could
the
win.
bracket.
but now
He
he's
could
in
win
the
the
King of the Ring.
Yeah.
and then he gets
You have-
the match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you. I can't. King of the Ring gets you a guaranteed
At
match
SummerSlam.
at
At SummerSlam.
For
the men
a
and the women.
championship.
So we shall see.
So whatever brand wins the King of the Ring, so
Whatever
whatever brand
you're on
on
at the time, you then
you would
go
then
after.
go after that brand's champion.
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
It gives the King of the Ring championship.
Gotcha. All I have to say is this was a fantastic weekend of wrestling. All in all, It was Chef's Kiss. It was fantastic.
Then we had the return of Nikki Bella as well last night.
Yes, Nikki Bella.
Oh,
I don't really know. Like, I think I've seen her on one of the VHS tapes.
Yes.
You don't know anything about her personal life either, do you?
No, but I will say this: that
When-
Nikki Bella came out, the reaction was so much better than when Flair came out. When
Yes.
what's her face came out.
It's a former Mrs. Cena.
But yeah, she came out, man. There was women in that audience who were just like so excited to see her. I thought that was awesome.
Yes.
So she seems like a cool person. I don't really know much
I'm
about
honestly
her.
surprised she agreed to let some of that stuff be said in the ring.
Oh, Liv Morgan going after
Yeah.
her? That was fun.
Yeah.
They've been doing that recently. Ever since they did those takedowns.
that is because that is not a reference to Cena. That is a reference to somebody else.
Yes.
And that is if you know, you know.
There's a domestic situation
Yes.
that happened with their former husband.
Oh, well, what did Liv Morgan say?
She
about how
mentioned-
she has a good boyfriend and
Yes.
Oh, she goes,
Yeah.
I have a man.
Yes.
And, that,
Yeah.
yeah.
So going into the King and Queen of the tournament, King and Queen of the Ring tournaments, the match from last night, Sami Zayn took down the win against Penta, Braun Breaker, and Dirty Dom
Yeah. With some interference.
Next up matches we have on SmackDown. It's going to be Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Andrade, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke's back?
Yes,
This
he was
guy-
back. He's been back for a while. He was
like,
in one of the Money in the Bank matches.
Yeah, I
qualifying
know.
matches.
I know. I was like, he's
Yeah.
back. He's not around.
Another qualifying match on the SmackDown side is Randy Orton, LA Knight, Aleister Black, and Carmelo Hayes.
Should be good.
And that probably won't. One of them will happen this week. Another will happen next week.
Right.
The next week's men's match is Sheamus, Rusev, Bronson Reed, and TBD.
Yeah, it's going to be Otis.
Yeah, that Tibbet guy, he's
That
a very
guy
good
is
wrestler,
always, you
Tibbet.
never count him out.
It
And
just
then
sort of
the-
sucks because that would have been the perfect place for a Braun Strowman or
Yes, yeah.
just a beast
Almost.
guy. Almost, yeah.
On the
Well,
women's side,
Technically,
almost still around.
almost could come back.
You could. On the women's side, we got, or you know who would be really good in that spot? Oba Femi.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, from NXT.
Yeah.
Dude, Oba Femi is amazing.
Josh, when I saw Obafemi come out for the first time, when he had the belt up against, what was it, Joe Hendry? Right? Was that the match?
He did
think
fight
so.
Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was that recent
Yeah, it was
one,
during
but
the PL. It was their PLE a couple weeks ago.
The NXT
that was
one,
Trick
yeah.
Williams that he fought.
Was it Trick Williams?
Trick
Obafemi?
Williams fought Joe Hendry.
Who did
That's what I
Obafemi
said.
Oba Femi
No,
fought.
Obafemi fought.
Oh, you're right. Trick Williams did fight.
Yes.
I can't
Joe
remember. I
Hendry.
can't remember who he fought.
Obafemi fought. Was it
I have to look it up.
Oligo? No.
No.
All you go was the North American.
Anyway, Obafemi came out. All I gotta say is,
Was that Takeover?
yes, the way he walked, I felt like I was watching a live action Street Fighter character.
Yes.
It was really
Yes,
funny.
he does look like one of the guys from Street Fighter.
Yeah, he does.
He does look like.
That's all I wanted to say.
Yes.
Anyway, he's fantastic.
On the women's side of the Queen of the Ring tournament,
Yeah.
last night it was Rhea Ripley, Kairi Sane, Liv Morgan, and the winner was Roxanne Perez.
The Hobbits and Gandalf.
The Hobbits and Gandalf, as you mentioned earlier. Coming up on the women's side of the SmackDown side of the brackets, it's Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green, and Candice LeRae.
Yeah, that's keep Flair out, please. Just don't let her win.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. The other women's match on SmackDown side is Jade Cargill, Mishin, Piper Niven, and Nia Jax.
It's gonna go to Jade.
Yeah, or Nia, one of the two.
Yeah.
And then the final women's match next week on Raw, it's the returning Asuka up against Stephanie Vacour,
Yes.
up against Raquel Rodriguez, up against Ivy Nile.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one because I could see 3 out of
I
the
could see
4.
Asuka taking it.
I could see 3 out of the 4 taking
You
it.
wouldn't have her come back to lose. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you just have her come back in the fold.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have her come back and lose the first match. I could see her losing like the semifinal, but I don't see her losing like her comeback match after like over a year.
You think
away.
they're going to have her go after Io Sky?
Yes.
Oh,
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
was it Stand and Deliver?
Yeah,
that-
the one that was.
That was Trick Williams versus Javon versus Obafemi.
Yes, that was it.
Oh.
That was it.
It was a
Stand
triple
and
threat
Deliver.
match for the championship.
What was the most? That was the most recent one. No, they just did Battleground.
It was Battleground.
Was it
It was
Battleground?
Battleground.
Yeah, Battleground
Obafemi,
was the last one.
I believe. Or it could have been an NXT.
That's what
episode
I'm
I
trying to
watched.
figure out.
Yeah.
You don't have to figure it. All I got to
Well,
say
then-
is he was like a Street Fighter character.
Yeah. So going into the semifinals, Roxanne Perez will be in the same side of the bracket as Jade Gargill,
Oh,
Michin,
Miles Bourne.
Piper Niven, and Nia Jax. So she'll have to fight one of those two.
Right, yeah.
One of those 4. So
Should
thanks
be
for
good.
playing Roxanne Perez.
I like Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
She's good. It's so funny because her and Liv Morgan are so opposites. It's like
Yeah.
I love Finn Balor and his big smile now
Yes.
when they're fighting over Dom.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It's pretty good.
Also, have you noticed Finn Balor's alter ego has been constantly showing up?
It's been there for months.
I
Just
just
no
noticed
one's
it twice.
noticed.
Yeah, it's been on the back.
It's been
there.
Yeah, but
it's
it's
been
more prominent.
It's more prominent now than it was before.
Or-
Like it used to be on the side, like in the background,
but it's
and
like
now it's
over
like
his
right
shoulder.
over top
Right.
of Dom
But
every
that's-
time
but that's
Dom's
what I
on
mean is-
screen.
Yeah.
It's just funny how like people are like, oh, you see the demon's coming back, and it's like they have people going and posting pictures from like almost a year ago.
But Josh,
Oh
also,
no, I'm agreeing, but it's just like it's funny how people are like, oh my god, the demon's coming back. It's like it's been there.
I get it. But the reason I've noticed it more, it's because it's yellow and red. But also, we are missing Carlito. We are missing the PlayStation
Yeah,
5
Yeah.
with the gameplay that
there's,
Carlito took with
there's
him.
nothing in the background to
Yeah.
distract your eyes.
And Carlito was like around the same time, or he was not renewed at the same time. R-Truth and a
Yes.
couple other folks. And
But Carlito has a company to go back to.
But that's
whereas
it.
the other
I was
guys
just
don't.
saying is
He's also a champion.
I
in
also do
Puerto
think it's
Rico.
He also
interesting
didn't
how
fight.
that happened.
No.
he was just
No.
comic relief.
He was
for
like the henchman guy that would be there to
Eat
take the
apples?
beats. Well, and take the beat downs.
He ate a lot of apples.
He was
Well, that was
he
his
was the
gimmick.
Hydra Bob.
He was, yeah.
He was the
Back in the
Hydra
day.
Bob. You know.
He spits in the face of people who want to be cool.
And it's so funny because I remember Carlito being part of a group on SmackDown.
He was part
He
of
was
LWO.
LWO.
Yes, and
He was
then all
part
of a
of
sudden
LWO and
he
left.
just got pushed to background dressing. Like
Yeah.
he was just the guy hanging out.
Well, he came back to be an LWO and then turned on LWO.
Because he joined them to do
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
Yeah, it felt like well, whatever.
But also, I also have a feeling he knew the writing was on the wall too, because why else would he go to another promotion and become
Well,
their
that was his
champion?
own promotion. That's his dad's promotion.
Yeah, but that's what I
Yeah.
mean is I have a feeling he knew the writing was on the wall of him.
Well, yeah. I mean, I kind of assume most people do.
yeah.
Yeah. But
All right, we should wrap this up.
wrapping this up, before we go, though, we'll mention, if you haven't noticed, Josh has got his Moobies hat in honor of the 25th anniversary of Dogma.
Did you go?
no,
No, you told me you didn't
Yeah,
go.
no.
I wanted to, but it
It'll
I
be
was-
out in like theaters for like regular, like this week or something.
I want to go because I'd love to see Dogma on the big screen again. But the problem was this week was just not a good week for me.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
totally forgot it was happening.
Yeah.
So
So
I want to go.
that's out if you want to check that out. We'll be back next week. We'll have a lot to talk about. Not sure what it will be, but we'll figure it out and we'll talk about it then.
You got it.
So stay
Brian
tuned.
watched TV.
Yes.
I watch Andor starting
Yes.
this week.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I can't have all these wrestling going on.
You done?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
As always, be safe, be well, be kind. Hopefully see you Saturday. Hartbeat in Hartford. A lot of free bands. Come check them out.
Please like and subscribe. Good night, Rocky.
Do the thing you do. See you, Bobby. Night, Howard.